Onslaught and Ruin are part of the new Jedi Order series, the second and third book in the 19th series novel, and part of the Dark Tide duology books, which takes place 2 months after the events of two planets being destroyed, and the lack of overt Yuzin Vong activity have led to many of the New Republic government, including the Chief of Staff, or the Chancellor if you want to still go there, to doubt the severity of the threat. And I'm thinking, you do realize when the Yuzin Vong came around, two planets were suddenly destroyed. One had a moon dropped on it and killed Chewbacca, and the other one, I don't know what exactly happened, but I'm pretty sure it probably was the same thing. My knowledge has not been caught up yet. But I do know this. If the unknown alien species were to suddenly come out of nowhere and then two worlds just go off the grid, then I'm pretty certain there's a problem. And the threat is very, very real. You could make the argument that maybe the moon colliding with the planet was a natural event according to the New Republic logic, and said they were only given 7 hours to evacuate the planet, and they couldn't figure out intel yet, and they would discover it later. But I still stand by the statement of, well, if the Yuzabong suddenly approached and the planet just suddenly collapsed in on itself and was destroyed in the process, I think there might be a connection. So the two novels really go into detail about this whole crisis they're dealing with. Like, they don't know the severity of the Yuzin Vong threat. They're fighting amongst themselves, mostly the senators being greedy little bastards because politicians, I think, and and like they try a diplomacy, and then Leia is sent on a mission to try and gather allies. And then when she tries to gather allies, they say, well, you need to gather allies for us to ally with the Republic. So she goes to the Imperial Remnant and the the Chiss, let's just go with that, where we meet Jagged Fell, who would be the later love interest of Jaina Solo. Obviously, as I've talked about in a previous video regarding the Sword of the Jedi trilogy, which was cancelled. Anyways, a New Republic senator, whose name I can't even pronounce right because it's so alien, offers to become an envoy to the Yuzin Vong to learn more about the strange new culture. And here's my response. The Yuzin Vong don't like technology. They hate it. They dropped a moon on a planet, destroyed another one. They're very hostile. They poisoned Mara Jade, which would be revealed later. I don't think it's going to work out. No, let's do it. Okay. So the senator allows himself to be captured by this Yuzin Vong warrior who has a grudge against Koran Horn, or Koran Horn, because he incidentally made a blood enemy with that Yuzin Vong warrior. So afterwards, they are amused and intrigued by this pacifist senator who doesn't do a thing. Okay, and establish a rapport with him before coldly murdering the senator upon discovering that he is a good friend to Horn. Yeah, you were gonna die eventually, so it was either gonna be torturous information by death or be stabbed in cold blood. Yeah, I pretty much counted on the first one, but the second one counts. So the Jedi continue to do their scouting missions to find more evidence of the Yuzin Vong activity so they could convince the Republic that yes, this is a threat. Let's do something about it. And like, Koran discovers that the living Yuzin Vong armor exhibits a crippling allergy to the pollen of the Bufora trees, plants native to Ithor. And, well, let's just say that plan did not work out so well in the end, because later on in the two stories, I think in the second book, that the Yuzin Vong attack and bombard the planet after a duel between Horn and the Yuzin Vong he made a sworn enemy with. So, like, this is what the deal was: fight me, and I'll let the people, and I'll not destroy the planet. Okay, They duel, Horn gets the victory, and the Yuzabong broke their promise and bombed the planet. Well, at least they're adapting to political sense, because they feel threatened by the fact that this tree life that is on Ithor is very dangerous, which is understandable. You can understand that because this thing could affect their armor and their technology, well, their organic technology at least. And then afterwards, the Republic comes in, finally, decides to say, okay, you know what, this threat is big. We gotta work together here, okay? Okay. And they help drive off the Yuuzhan Vong, but they lose Ithor pretty much at this point since it's been bombarded. And it's now reduced to a lifeless husk. The New Republic have lost this battle. Corran shoulders the blame for the loss of for the planet, and the Jedi have lost credibility in the eyes of the Republic politicians for making so foolhardy a risk, even though such destruction was inevitable. So this novel goes into detail about how the Republic was overconfident, underprepared. The New Republic military was unable to properly form, like a rogue squadron was able to stay vigilant. So at least there were some people in the government that were saying, okay, we need to really take this threat seriously. But mostly everyone was like, well, they haven't attacked in 2 months. I'm like, yeah, they blew up 2 planets, but, well, mostly ravaged them to nothingness. But I don't think this is a threat. I mean, like, we don't have proof. I mean, where can we get proof from? I mean, like, they killed a whole bunch of people. They destroyed a planet. They dropped a moon on fucking Chewbacca, which I will still say is the honorable, badass way to go out by anyone in Star Wars history. So, what's the problem here? And this would be my response. You're a fucking moron. If that word even exists in Star Wars, the F word. Like, they have the word Sithspit, and that's a curse word, and also a mockery towards the Sith. So, yeah, let's reduce the Sith to a curse word. I wonder how they reacted when they learned that that Sithspit word was technically an insult to both somebody and to the Sith culture. I wonder how one Sith took it. Probably didn't really mention it much. But and also how this complexity of politics is involved, and how, oh, we have to make alliances with this guy, we need to make alliances with this group, so in order to join up together, to join up with the Republic, so we can fight the Yuuzhan Vong because we have a common enemy. So basically, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. And this is where we start to get more political in a sense, because, well, politics suck. Let's just be honest, politics suck, but we sadly need it for life and society as a whole. I mean, like, I could go into politics right now, but I'd be here all day ranting. So I might as well just cut this short. Along with that, it was to be first outlined as 3 books under the working title The Jedi Retreat Trilogy. These included Onslaught, Siege, and Ruin, which was largely told the same story except spread out to cover 3 novels. Siege would have included Leia's efforts to recruit help from the Imperial Remnant, and a disillusioned Jacen would briefly apprentice himself to Corran. In the Ruin outline, Luke and Mara would have been drawn to Ithor to search for a cure to Mara's illness, which would in turn turn the planet into a target. The before trilogy was not present in early outlines. The allergy would surface again as a prime ingredient in a biological weapon introduced in Destiny's Way, a different New Jedi Order book. But that's all the information I have. Well, everyone, this was Neo Reality Entertainment. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and donate and stay tuned for more.